Chicago Style, The Basics, a vidcast brought to you by Arielle McKee in cooperation with the Purdue Online Writing Lab. This vidcast takes you through the basics of how to format a document using the 16th edition of the Chicago Manual of Style, with attention to spacing, margins, headers, and the use of notes. Spacing. Always double space your text. All of it, always, except with block quotations. If you are including a prose quotation of 5 or more lines, make sure the text of the quotation is indented 0.5 inches and single-spaced, with extra line spaces before and after the quotation. No quotation marks are necessary. Similarly, your notes and bibliography entries, more on these coming up, should be single-spaced internally with an extra line space between each entry. To change the spacing of a document in the 2013 version of Word, click on the Line and Spacing button here and select the appropriate option from the drop-down menu. Here are examples of block quotation and bibliography entry spacing. Margins. Unless your instructor states otherwise, margins should be set between 1 inch and 1.5 inches, no more, no less. Click on Page Layout to change your margins. For a standard Chicago document, they should be set to normal. Headers. Page numbers begin in the header of the first page of text with an Arabic number 1. You can set up your headers by double-clicking in the space at the top of your paper. Once the header is open, click Page Number in order to insert numbers at the top of each page. Then close the header to return to your document. Writing a longer paper? Consider using subheadings to organize your content. Chicago Style has an optional system of 5 heading levels. If you decide to use this system, your heading should begin at Level 1 as centered, headline-style capitalized text in a bold or italicized typeface. Level 2 headings change to a regular typeface, and at Level 3, your heading should be flush left and in bold or italics. Level 4 headings have a regular typeface and change to sentence-style capitalization. Finally, at Level 5, your text in bold or italics runs into the beginning of a paragraph and is followed by a period. Title pages are optional in Chicago Style. Class papers may opt to provide the title on the first page of text, but if your instructor requires a title page, the title should be centered a third of the way down the page with your name and class information following several lines later. Subtitles appear on the line below the main title, and don't forget your colon. What makes Chicago Style unique is the Notes and Bibliography, or NB system, which uses footnotes or endnotes to offer writers a way to comment on their sources and to further protect against plagiarism. The NB system will be covered in more detail in another vidcast. However, you should note the need for a foot or endnote marked by a corresponding superscript number each time you use a source in your paper. Footnotes are inserted by clicking the Insert Footnote button found in the References tab or by pressing Ctrl-Alt-F. At the end of your document, you should also provide an alphabetical bibliography that lists all the sources cited in the notes, as well as any other sources you consulted, if applicable. This has been a presentation of Chicago Style, The Basics, covering spacing, margins, headers, and the use of notes. Check out the Purdue OWL for more information on the style basics of the 16th edition of the Chicago Manual of Style here, and remember, your instructor may have different guidelines for you. Always follow your instructor's guidelines. This vidcast was brought to you by Arielle McKee in cooperation with the Purdue Online Writing Lab.